You can go throughout your day and count the amount of negative things that happen, but you couldn't count the positive things. It's like, oh, a pretty flock of birds flew overhead. It's not a good or bad thing, but it's, if you actually paid attention and looked at it, it's like, that's nice. That added to the day in a positive way, not a negative way. It wasn't like harmful to have those birds that fly over, but it like filled up the day a little more. Like every little tiny positive thing, and if there's like one negative thing, that's just as minor as birds flying
It
over.
becomes it's the attachment,
attachment.
You know, the strong negative feeling that they don't want to have, that then becomes this focus of.
It's really easy to ignore things that are going well.
Yeah.
Even if there's attachment to them, because it's like, yes, it should be like this.
That's why people think you can't write a story without conflict.
Yeah, that's
the only that's why people think that.
Like if they rephrase the word conflict into something else, we talk about like reframing phrases a lot, or like, you know, using different words. It's like in the same way that attachment means aversion too. Like if you don't want something in your life, that's attachment, like 100%. And imprisonment and all that is like if somebody says that there's conflict in the story, they're technically using the wrong word, but there's also like that specific form of what conflict is. So it's like it's framed in that way. In the same, like we've talked about in marketing, they use concepts like the pain point. What is the problem that you're trying to solve, and all this other stuff. So we have zero world problems. We've talked about that. We have no problems. So there's no way anything can be marketed to us if you talk about pain points and solving problems and stuff. And there's we don't have that. We have zero world problems.
Yeah, it's an interest in, okay, I'd like to develop this skill or something.
Yeah, so like you can rephrase all of those things to be really positive and awesome and useful and actually make sense. And then one subset of that would be problems to be solved. That is a subset of what marketers talk about. But because of the way we use language, and like most people just kind of frame it in this negative, problematic
and kind
way.
of brought from that negative focus of, and the traditional like stemmed from just a lot of
confusion.
Yeah.
Let's put it.